Alrighty, what is happening, my people? So I just made this video, and I was, I don't know, making some progress. But anyway, my phone ran out of storage, and it cut the video off, and I didn't finish it. So anyway, I made some space in my phone. Now I'm speaking to you with more storage, and this is my video. So really all I talked about in the first video was just how my 3-day fast has officially begun. So 12 hours and 8 minutes ago, so last night at midnight, I stopped eating food, and so yeah, it's been about 12 hours, a little more than that actually, technically. So I stopped eating food at like 10, but we're calling it midnight just for a good round number, but 10 work, whatever. Anyway, it's been about 12 hours, call it 14 hours for fun. And I guess I sort of just want to like document this whole process and see, I don't know, just so I can like look back at it and see kind of what happened and how I felt and what the deal was. Because it could be interesting. I might, if this works out well, I might continue doing this like once a month, you know? So they say once a month or once every other month is about good. I don't know. It's a good number apparently. Now I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. But right off the bat, for this whole morning, I woke up hungry as I usually do. Didn't eat any food, and now I'm even more hungry. And I've been hungry all day so far. It's only noon, but I've been hungry. I'm really hungry right now. And so this is an excellent test and discipline, because now I'm going to go home to a kitchen full of delicious food that I know that I could really easily make and be eating in like a minute. I mean, that's an option. It's not an option, but it is there. And so that'll be an amazing test and discipline, which I always love and appreciate. But this might be one of the better discipline tests I've maybe ever had or done. So anyway, I guess I was talking a little bit about the science behind fasting from the last video. So for the first like 12, 18 hours, not really too much happens, I don't think. I haven't done a ton of research on this. I mean, I've maybe done 2 or maybe 3 hours of research for this. So I know enough to feel comfortable, and I know kind of what's happening to my body a little bit. But I'm not an expert, you know? Anyway, for the first 12, 16, 18 hours, for the first little bit, I think basically you're just hungry. That's all that's really happening, is just you're feeling the sensation of hunger, which is obvious. And then I think that, you know, after 24, 36 hours, things start to actually happen in your body. You know, your brain converts and starts to think, oh shit, okay, we haven't had food for a while. Let's change some things. So when you're eating food as you normally do, a lot of that's got sugar, you know. So when you're eating carbs, you know, you have bread, noodles, whatever, you have glucose in your body, stored in your body, and then that's burned as energy. So when you're eating food, you digest carbs as glucose. That glucose is energy that gets burned and used for energy in your body. So after not eating food though for a while, your body realizes there's no glucose. You know, it's searching for glucose, and it realizes like, oh shit, okay, there's not actually energy there. Let's search for something else, and then it'll convert and start to use visceral fat as energy. So that's basically how you lose weight. Is your brain changes and starts to eat its fat, eat your fat. And actually, if you have a lot more fat, your body recognizes that and says, and more easily will convert to eating that fat. Whereas if you're a little skinnier, you don't have a ton of fat to work with, I think your body might be a little bit more resistant to that. That's what I've heard from one source. So anyway, there's that. I know on like day 3, you get an increase in brain-derived nootropic function, which is kind of cool. So it's basically fertilizer for your brain, and it increases nerve growth, and neurons are I guess boosted, which makes you focus more, and you just get better clarity, focus, attention maybe. So that's kind of cool. That'll happen, I think, down the road a little ways, and there's a whole bunch of science to it, but it's I don't know. initially, for the first 12 hours, I do feel a little bit more, maybe a little bit more clear-minded and focused. Maybe part of that is just that my belly literally is just it's like shrinking, you know. My belly is shrinking into a grape, into a raisin is what I meant to say there. A grape works too, I guess, but a raisin's better. And yeah, I'm really hungry, and I think that alone is causing me to be focused, you know. And maybe the reason for that, actually, there's probably some biological reasons for that. Just the act of being hungry makes you more focused because, just like as a survival instinct, like your body knows, okay, we're gonna need some food here soon. Let's focus in and get a meal. You know, let's fine tune some weapons and some tools, and go replenish this system. So there's certainly a lot of biological shit that I don't fully understand, but I have some good guesses about with this whole thing. Anyway, that's happening. So I have 3 other guys doing it with me, which is kind of cool because we all get to suffer together. So anyway, that's the whole fasting thing. What else is happening? I have a guy, or I guess it's a guy. I'm looking at the house today, so he'll tour everything and look around and see if he likes it and whatever. The girl yesterday came by and looked at it, and she was kind of cool. I'd probably maybe prefer a girl. I don't know. We'll see. But it just depends. Not really too much else. I don't think I have any more updates for you. I do want to document this whole process, though, of fasting. And that way I can look back on it later and I can watch this video and watch my subsequent videos, and see kind of how I look and how I feel and how I sound and how I talk, the way that I demonstrate my person, myself. So anyway, I want to document this fairly thoroughly. I'm going to probably do a lot of journaling, do a lot of that business, and I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So they recommend, a lot of times guys will say you can do a 2 or 3 day fast once a month, or maybe once every other month if you wanted to stick with it. So I don't know if I'm going to stick with it yet or not. We will see. But it could be awesome. You know, it could be really cool, actually. So I'm open to it. It does suck, though, and it's really pointed out how much I really, really just love eating food, and how much time it takes. The whole food process takes a long time. Number one, preparation, which depends on what you're doing, but that takes some time. Number 2, eating it, which takes probably the least amount of time. Number 3, cleaning everything. There's a whole process. Just food, just being a person that consumes food, requires some time and energy and effort and thought and discipline there too. There's a different form of discipline with not eating food, but also eating food is discipline too. It just depends on what you're doing. Anyway, I guess that's all I have to say. The main point is that I'm really hungry, and I am dying to eat food. I might do some cardio. We'll see about that. They recommend light cardio and light weightlifting and such. So I think I probably will do that, actually, just for fun, just to pass some time. So anyway, that's all I gotta say. I'll see you, I guess, tomorrow. Roger out.